I'm back. Gosh darn it. How long has it been since I've done a video? 2 months? Good Lord, it feels like a lifetime. I thought I better get a couple videos up before YouTube enacts its new policy of quote unquote, we have the right to start deleting all accounts that aren't commercially viable. And since they didn't define what commercially viable means, I guess they can just start deleting any accounts they don't deem as commercially viable. Well, that's certainly me. I don't know, commercial, it probably means commercially viable, meaning are you speaking smack about POTUS? Are you talking conspiracy theories or whatever they don't agree with? Perhaps that's what they mean by commercially viable, but I'm certainly not. Although, hey, I haven't done videos in, 2 months, and I got now 46 subscribers. So it seems like the less videos I do, the more subscribers I get. I never thought I'd make it to 44. So anyway, thank you to whomever is subscribing to this channel. I hope I'm offering something of value to you. Anyway, I wanted to do, yes, I know November's already over, and I didn't do a November energy report, or did I? I cannot remember. If I did, I'm sorry. But I want to review. I don't think I did. I want to review the energies of November. Because basically they kicked my ass, and I'm wondering if I'm pretty sure you felt them as well. So around end of October, all of November, most of November, the energies were very cranky, reactive, just kind of uncontrollable. And I heard many other people talking about this feeling of being stuck, burnt out, tired of it all, and totally reactive. So if you experienced any of that, you're not alone. And so, when I do monthly energy reports, I kind of get a word for the month, and I throw for a hexagram from the I Ching or a gene key that that speaks to the collective energy. And the word that I got, and this is very important, as a collective energy, as a collective, as humanity, this is my opinion, feel we have passed through a very important portal that I would like you to know about. I can't confirm it, it's just my opinion, but it's interesting, the synchronicities that happen. So the word that I got for November was impregnated. I thought this is a very strange word, and the vision that came along with it was this woman, obviously, who was in her, I'm glad it was a woman, it would have startled me, what felt like in her 8th month of pregnancy, standing there with her hands on her back, aching back, and that feeling. I've never been pregnant, but I can only assume that in your 8th month, you're cranky, you're sore, you're tired, you're reactive, you're emotional. All these thoughts are coming, hormonal, all these thoughts are coming up. Oh, am I going to be a good mother? Did I do the right thing? Am I on the right path? All these things. This is what I felt was the energy was coming for November, and it ended up being true. I wish I would have gotten the video out for you guys. But honestly, I was in that 8th month of pregnancy feeling. I was under so much stress, so reactive, so burnt out, I just couldn't do it. And if you sent me a message or an email and I didn't respond, I'm so sorry. Let's start over. Man, it's been a tough couple of weeks. Anyway, This vision of this pregnant woman in her 8th month is apparently very, what is the word? I don't want to say prophetic, but perhaps prophetic. Because just in the last week, it's not prophetic, it's symbolic of something very important that is happening with humanity that I didn't know then, but I just recently, I'm in a study group, and it was time for me to study the 22nd gene key. And for those of you not familiar with the gene keys, get familiar with the gene keys. Because those who are know that the 22nd gene key is huge and very profound, and talks about all the things that are happening on this planet and what is to come, and all the different initiations that an individual goes through, as well as humanity. And in this gene key, it speaks to all the levels of spiritual initiation. And it speaks about that humanity over the last 100 years has already been spiritually initiated into the 4th initiation. I wouldn't have thought it was the 4th, but the 4th represents, let me look here, I have to look at my notes, look at the book, is called, the 4th portal or 4th initiation is called matrimony. And this is where humanity becomes married, or has the intention to marry itself to its higher self, to start bringing in the qualities of its causal body. All the good things that have been stored up, we wish to bring onto this planet. And with everybody awakening right now, you know this is true. This is a time of marrying to our higher self, and marrying that energy to bring it down, to make our planet better, to be of service to others. So we can all feel that energy coming in. And apparently we've been in the 4th initiation for about 100 years. And so as I'm reading into the 5th initiation or 5th portal, apparently this initiation follows the 4th very quickly and can happen within a lifetime. Well, I think it's happened. And little did I know that he uses, Richard Rudd, the receiver of the Gene Keys transmission, uses the analogy of being pregnant when he talks about the 5th initiation. Boy, that's hard to say. I'm going to have a little list with that. The 5th initiation is called Annunciation. And this is the birth of the Christ consciousness. I'm just saying, I feel like humanity has just moved into, or is swirling around, the 5th portal, Annunciation, this birthing of Christ consciousness. I mean, why else would I have the impregnate? We're so fully impregnated with Christ consciousness. We haven't birthed it yet, but with all the people awakening and embodying Christ conscious energy, we are very, very close. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to add to this. So this is good news. I mean, all of this pain and misery and crankiness is leading to something. Yeah, so don't despair. It is the Annunciation is the mystical announcement of the imminent birth of Christ. Now, just because I saw it in the 8th month of pregnancy doesn't mean by December we're going to birth, okay? That the birth is coming soon. I'll talk more about what I feel December is about. But this is this crankiness of the eighth and ninth month, I think is going to last for a little while, if not, throughout the year of 2020. So we have a long way to go. I'm not going to say it's not long, but it's going to feel like a long birthing 9th months. Okay. But we're getting so close. So that's what I wanted to say about November. Oh, also, the hexagram, I think I did a couple of predictions, or maybe just one. And I was pretty accurate. I don't know if I talked about all of them, but I know for sure I said something about finding new oil. And I think I said they would find new oil in California, discovery of a new oil source or something like that. And I said California because I kept seeing like a deserty, and I thought it was in California. Well, about 3 weeks ago, there was an article on Zero Hedge that said Iran discovers new oil field that has 50, I guess they estimate 50 billion new barrels of oil. So there you go, a new discovery of a new oil field discovered in Iran. Well, that's pretty deserty. So I'm going to take that as a win. Wasn't in California, but close enough. What else did I see? I saw something about parachuters, and sure enough, there was something in the US about a bunch of maybe military parachuters, and something that didn't go well. I also saw a bunch of wild boars coming from the left. and I guess you could say, well, that's symbolic of all the Dems coming after Trump and the impeachment. But the boars represent, let me back up. I also got I know none of you care about this, but it's just kind of fun. It's kind of fun for me linking all the things that I got, that they all fit together. The hexagram that I got was hexagram 7, and it talks about the army of cosmic helpers. And boars, wild boars coming in from the left side being spiritual, could represent these cosmic helpers coming to help us, because boars represent courage, abundance, courage, and strength. But on the flip side, they also represent stubbornness, conflict, and that kind of stuff. So who knows? It's fun to just play with these things. So the wrap up of November energy, don't beat yourself up. A highly, highly reactive time. I think depending on your core wound, depends on how you really felt that. For me, it was repression and the corresponding anger and reactive nature that comes with repression, depression, anger. You may have guilt, shame. Others might have other type of energy, but a bunch of stuff was coming up, and it was a highly reactive time. But don't worry, we're about to pass into a new portal, a new spiritual initiation for humanity. So it's all good. And I will move on to December energy and be on time with my videos.